Still Team Human with heart, empathy, and love. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Still Team Human, the podcast. I am your host, Francesca Di Meglio, and I'm really excited to talk to you about the episode that we're going to be sharing today. We got so involved, me and the speaker, that we jumped right into it. So I'm actually recording this introduction after the conversation. It was moving, emotional, and I think it will be helpful and relatable to all of you. Anyone who has lost a job knows about the immense emotional toll it takes and what it takes to get over that. And I spoke with my friend and an exceptional colleague and leader, Anna Fell, about her experience getting laid off and my own. And she was very inspirational in sharing a bit about how she got over this and how she has moved on and kind of taken charge of her own destiny, which I really think will be helpful to all of you. So I hope you will enjoy it. Our guest is Anna Fell, a business transformation leader at Aurelia. She is an advisory board member at PEX Network, my old stomping ground. She previously had been the SAP leader for Europe and Africa and business transformation at Chevron Phillips Chemicals. And she's an all around terrific human being with whom I've had many thought provoking conversations. She always asks the best questions at all of the podcasts and events that I hosted. And she continues to do that in this particular conversation that we had that you'll be able to see in just a minute. And I hope that you'll take a look at what she's done and learn about her new venture. She is now the founder of Aurelia Olive Oil. It's an oil company, Aurelia Oils. I will leave information in the show comments about how to get in touch with her and see the olive oil website. I'm so excited for her, and I think she's going to inspire you all as well. So here goes.
Psychological paradigm, not to change, not to open the new doors, because and to walk in the doors we are used to walk, and that those 2 years they showed me that there are other doors that are
Right.
over there which you can unlock and enable for yourself. And instead of chasing employers uh, uh, which do expect you to prove yourself still, so
Yes.
you have to switch your mind. You're already complete. You
Yeah.
don't have to prove anything to anyone
Oh,
anymore.
I love this. Okay, let's
Really.
let's start
I
the
really, you
podcast.
are whole, you are complete,
Yes.
you are already enough.
Mm-hmm.
What you know, what you
We
can,
have
and
to
what you
tell
do
people
is
that.
already enough. I think a lot of people need to hear this inspiration, because this is uh it's now, and what's very important here is that it's just extremely important. No matter how much you want to jump into something new, especially after you were laid off, this is like booming, like jump into something new
Yes.
right now,
Just
right
just
here,
like so you can
yesterday. Just
forget
give me
about it.
anything, I
Yeah.
will do anything. I will run, I
Yes.
will jump, I will scream, I will do whatever I really like is requested. But on the other side, you have to give yourself time.
Yeah.
Time to reinvent yourself, time to understand what you want to do, what you don't want to do, and time to understand, okay, what is still so exciting for me? Because maybe I did the job which I liked for the money, but maybe the money was the first before I did the
Right.
job, but maybe there is something really close to my heart which I really ever wanted to realize, a dream, an idea, or anything, that I say now is the time to take that transformation in reality, because this transformation is your personal one,
Yeah.
which actually happened with me. So not every doesn't say that everyone will do this. It doesn't say this, no.
Oh.
But you have to see the different angle, the different perspective. This is the
Oh my
time
God.
when you
Yes.
can assess, your thoughts are and your mind.
Oh, true.
This is where you can be with yourself and ask, not because you're pressed with time, finances to feed the family and so on. So not only that, but also redirecting yourself is exactly now when it happens. Now, while you are lost resources, lost finances, and so on. So in that lost time is exactly the time when you transform.
Yes. So,
Because if you kept the job, imagine now, if you kept the job and everything was just fine, like it was before, would you assess to change something in your life?
no, you
Most
wouldn't.
probably not.
No,
Not most probably not. So this is
no.
the universe who gives you that chance.
That's such a beautiful way to look at it because I
Yeah,
think so many people, myself included, when I got laid off, you feel like a failure, like you did something wrong,
absolutely,
and you
absolutely. Yeah,
like are constantly
yeah.
going in your brain, what could I have done differently? What did I do? Could I have done better? And to look at it as the universe giving you an opportunity is a whole other way. Did you feel that way right away, or how did you come?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, I went through this. I went through this. I was chasing employment like crazy. Like for 1.5 year, I was like always like, oh, this job, this function, this I could grow here, I could grow there, and so on. Really like looking at various opportunities. I really did. I really did. I think a very good job in this field.
You were
No
ne
matter.
That's how I met you. You were
Yes,
networking
exactly. You met me
everywhere.
after, right after I was fired.
Yeah.
So, and also my thoughts were very dark at the moment. At the
Yes.
first half a year, I could not understand what happened, why I'm going through this, why is it on me, what is it here to show me, like because and then at some point in 25 I started to really realize that okay, but this is where life really shows me, okay, it lightens me places where I need to look at, that
Yes.
which I wouldn't even look at, I wouldn't focus on this because I would say, wow, okay, I mean, another day, another day, and another new beginning,
Right,
because
right.
I'm so optimist. I always believe in a better and the best of people, in the best of
Wonderful.
in the best of any situation. Um, but yeah, I think that's an experience that opened up. First of all, removed pink glasses from my head. This is
Yeah.
also to be over optimistic, over positive, and
Mm,
this over positiveness, I think, did hit me back, you know.
right.
And that's one thing. Another thing, it showed me the how people can be also,
Mm,
and the value of trust and the value of loyalty. That
yeah.
also is something that I would still keep believing in an old, like that that belief old money fashion. Old
Yes.
money is like
That,
more like um, like how do you call it? Sustaining the existence instead of revisiting and rebuilding something new.
right,
So those old thoughts and old beliefs I kept holding in me and believing in those old beliefs, and I would
right. If
not
you
open
stay with the
myself.
company, if you do,
Absolutely, absolutely,
I
absolutely.
agree.
And I
I was like,
really was so into this, so how do you call this? How do you say this? Over passionate about the loyalty, about the trust and values and culture and everything. And and I just clearly couldn't see the reality, the reality that is was just in front of my eyes when I couldn't see it. So,
mm,
and the third is the most important, is that this new big universe of opportunities to discover,
right,
from which, of course, the best is that when you get out of it something for yourself,
right.
understanding, okay, here and there, this is the dimension of my job for future, or job right now, or job here and there. You see, and it comes just so naturally, like you don't have to force it. It is just when you give the natural flow of life
Mm-hmm.
and let life happen without over controlling
Yeah.
this this direction, you most probably will get from your life response, and
Mm-hmm.
that response will enlighten you your path.
Mm-hmm.
So so it's like a double-sided conversation, like both sides it's happening.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So, you felt the darkness, then you came to the light, um, and you started to think about what your next steps were going to be. And I'm very excited about what your next steps have been from what you have told me. Um, but how did you come to that transition? How did you say, okay, I'm not going to keep sending these applications into the black hole?
Mm-hmm.
I am enough, as you said to me earlier, and decided I'm going to pursue my own businesses, my own passions, my own everything, and forget about trying to fit into this corporate world. And is there even a corporate world for all of us to fit into now, or is this the new normal? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear what you think about that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, switch didn't come immediately. So I did start with some sort of trying educational courses and every at my own before I even come to consultancy idea, and really create digital product and really educate on the competences that I am good at and expert with. So I started over there, and okay, that didn't work the way I expected, but without trying, I would never know.
Right.
So that was one thing that I was busy with, like all autumn last year, and eventually didn't fly. In the meantime, also consultancy. There, I've been visiting many fairs and trade markets, and to see where Aurelia consultancy as business transformation expert can fit with their demands and interests and so on. So try to find market there, and that there was interesting interest, and there is interest, but a lot of companies decide to go for known consultancy companies on the market, like Delaware, you name it, Big Four, McKinsey, and so forth. So big enterprises, they are after those um, named companies, right? And standalone, like me, okay, as an expert, regardless how much expertise I can provide and how much I can manage and organize, it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So I've been redirecting my search into collaborating with consultancy companies, and their market also was very unstable. They were unsure what is needed, what is not needed, and so it didn't lead to far in that direction.
Yeah.
Uh, and a couple of times I did have a project, just side projects on a business transformation side, helping out a couple of companies, but that was not through via the bigger consultancy companies. I did meet various also smaller companies that are more flexible in terms of providing the jobs. Also on the freelance market, there were also a couple of projects that were interesting. But expansion towards Aurelia Oils, this is something that happened this year already. Yes, starting from, I think, end of January, I just got into some ads. This idea came to me. I started to talk to one, really developed the idea in my head. it would be entirely new field, new domain, retail and wholesale product business. As an owner, as a let's say, this is something that I never did before. So
Yeah.
that sounded like exciting idea and close to my heart because of the first of all, I love cooking, so I cook always. So olive oil is like the top number one
Number
product
one
on my
ingredient,
kitchen, you
right?
know. And I like don't understand even like how can you not like olive oil? It's the most precious oil existing over there, you
Yes.
know. It's like okay, but I actually do teach my environment to understand that olive oil exists or not only to add on a as a tip on a bread, but also for other purposes as well. So, but okay, it takes time to learn. Um, anyway, I'm so close to that because it would also open a door towards cooking workshops, for instance. I would do something like this with pleasure, you know, to show some beautiful keto recipes, healthy, and supplement it with a great premium olive oil. I think what could be better, right? To enjoy your evening out, right? So yeah, and I just really think that I have that in me, you know, like sales perspective that I can motivate and inspire to try at least. And once you try that quality, you know,
Hmm.
you barely can refuse
Can't
to
go
buy it
back.
again, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
also such product, you know, it's also it's easier to sell than consultancy, honestly, because what time do you need actually to decide to buy, in fact, really, like you need, okay, click one, click two, bought, voila, so
right.
this is it, more you don't
Yes,
need,
it's
right?
not as big of an investment. It's something
Exactly,
everyone needs.
exactly. It costs nearly nothing. It's not such a big an investment. You get premium product to your doorstep. I mean, in terms of how what kind of potential there is for this such product on the market, I think it's quite big. I've seen a lot of stores selling various products, you know, like tea shops, like apparel, like clothes,
Yeah,
everywhere, everywhere. A lot of hundreds of brands of clothes, right?
right.
But I barely saw anyone on the market selling olive oil.
Yeah,
Just like, okay, specialized with a very specialized products of olive oil, of
right,
olives, of pesto, and this and that, like balsamico and this and that. So
right.
really like specialized things. There are quite some in Belgium for sure, retail shops where you can come and be exposed to various products like that. Yeah.
Yes, of course, and most of
So so yeah, it's it was a idea that I think was building up in my head for some time, and you know, first batch arrived end of April. So for
them.
2 months, I was
Great.
searching for the right for the right purchasing channel, you know, and right manufacturer and good conditions to start to launch the business like that and so on, because of course when you are new on the market, no one knows you, and the conditions that they offer are less good than when you are known player on the market, right? And have
Definitely.
already your own name. That's why Aurelia Oils is a brand now. It's a brand now. I'm very proud of it. I'm preparing the announcements on LinkedIn, and
That's so exciting.
yeah, it's really, I can't believe. Of course, it took me quite long to establish everything. You know, like to
Of course.
uh, all the flow, all the business processes, how to operate them, how well uh, connect everything, and so on. To test it. So it was like 2 weeks only setting everything up, you know, and only linking everything together in order to get everything done, you know.
That's
So
amazing, though. So
yeah.
I can see all the joy you have
Yeah.
for this project. Did you feel any sadness about leaving behind a little bit this other idea of a job you had in your head and what you kind of defined yourself as being?
Hmm. Well, to say, I did feel sad for a year and a half after I was laid off. And that really, I really didn't want to lose that
Right.
corporate world, corporate office,
The
colleagues, and
prestige that we have
that
in our head.
environment, that business environment. I really hated even an idea to lose that side of things, you know.
Yes.
But now, when Aurelia Oils is here, when Aurelia Consulting is here, I do decide to still keep myself with business transformation, but on the side of random projects. Only those projects which I really want to do. Temporary assignments. If I would be happy to do this, so because business transformation still remains for me as my top topic in business environment. So that is for sure. So I even was participating in this panel discussion with you
Not
guys.
long ago. Yes, that's
I don't know. Did you recommend me, or I don't know how
I
did they
mean,
found
well,
me?
you're on the advisory
Yeah.
board, so I imagine
Ah,
Georgina got you.
okay.
It was with Georgina, right?
Uh,
Or was it with Rose
no, no, no.
or
There was
Chloe?
Devendra.
Oh, yes, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, me, I was with Diego on that panel discussion. Also,
Oh, yeah, Diego's on it
first
also.
time for me. Yeah, yeah. First time for me, and it was very interesting. So I do absolutely like talking about business transformation and bringing that unified topic of the need of transformation, and not only personal, professional development. So and also organizational development. So any kind of development and change from the state of today to the state of tomorrow. That's the topics I like to talk about the most,
Yes,
and
and you are
it
so
keeps
good
there.
at it.
Yeah.
You know, they
Yeah.
had to have realized, besides being on the advisory board, you asked all the right questions when you were an audience member, when you joined us for the
Hmm.
focus groups at the end, the roundtables at the end. So
Hmm.
I can only imagine that it was a wonderful panel discussion. That's great. I'm
Yeah,
glad
I loved it, really.
you're still getting to do both things now. Um,
Exactly, exactly. I really want it. I really want to keep that business transformation running, and but really be very selective there. So really not to jump or chase everything, but really a project or a topic or a subject which where I can contribute the most, you know, that where the impact can be visible, where impact can be right, and I will be right for that impact, you know.
yes.
So yeah, it's maybe I don't regret anymore not to have that professional corporate environment next in my daily life, in my day to day, really, because I'm so focused now on that Aurelia Oils and bringing that
Yes,
successful, because that's my personal project that I began from scratch, from nothing, and
right.
when I build a castle out of it, that will be my greatest recognition, you know. When I will make a
Right.
lot more people happy with the oil that I deliver, you know.
So
So
true. So
s-
true. There's so much I love about this for what we are talking about at Still Team Human because number one, I did the same thing with the podcast. I just got tired of the rejection
it's
and
a great idea.
bad. And
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to keep talking about the topics and just keep doing what I was
Yeah.
doing that I enjoyed and only
Yes.
the parts that I enjoyed, not the rest
Hmm.
of it.
Exactly. And
Yes.
you are there to choose which parts.
Right, right. And I feel like, I mentioned earlier,
Hmm.
and everyone who has been following me knows that my father passed away. My
Hmm.
father started a company, a landscaping company, D&D Landscaping, more than 50 years ago now, and
Hmm.
he would not give it up. He was working 2 days before he went into the hospital, when
Mm-hmm.
we found out he had to go into hospice, he actually called all the people who worked for him and was like, "We're going to work on March 1st, blah, blah, blah." So
Mm-hmm.
he never gave it up, and my brother and my husband are continuing it now. And I just think a lot about the fact that he set his own standard, he was his own
Mm-hmm.
boss. He decided, and he never had to face this like delusion or disappointment that we,
Mm-hmm.
if anything disappointed him, he made the change to fix it and get over it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what we're doing now for our.
Yeah. And this is the right timing for this. You know, like you see that the market is so changing and finding the product that can deliver with your content. It's so important. Just take that opportunity. Just take it. Take it. It's given to you for the purpose. And by the way, everything that you had before in your professional life was also given you for the purpose of learning. And
Yeah,
this situation is given also for the purpose of learning.
100%.
You have to see this way.
Yes, that I do believe, especially since, I mean, honestly, even down to the hard skills. Before I got the job with IQPC, I was
Mm-hmm.
focused on writing articles. I had
Mm-hmm.
sources I talked to and I wrote articles. I did not use LinkedIn to make relationships with people.
Mm-hmm.
I never would have met someone like you, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know how to.
Mm-hmm.
I knew how to do basics with video and podcast, and I knew I could speak publicly, but I had not been able to be a host
Mm-hmm.
for different shows and events and things like that. And it's
You-
another skill that
You're
now I'm
very
using.
good at it. You're very, very good at it.
Thank
Every
you.
I must tell you that while you were at HR network, Peaks network was
Yes.
missing you, missing your charisma and your mood at the webinar series because
Oh,
that
thank you.
because keeping audience busy and really engaged, this is very important, and that's where you really understand the interest. What's the interest of audience in the content that is being presented, right? So I think this is a very good and important metrics for the webinar.
Yes, I do too.
But
And it was a passion of mine to build
mhm.
the community, stay connected to them. And that's why I decided to do this because
Yeah.
I miss everyone.
But I can tell you that if you launch yourself a company, you know,
Yes,
where you will be behind the wheel of connecting people, uh, and do what you did before, if it brings you pleasure, you know, and
yes.
excitement, and really what you really want to do, you will be very successful in that, because you have that touch and feel, first of all, of human to human, right? Also kindness in your voice and the way you present content, so you can do this very well, and it's up to you, either you want to develop further that skill, presenting skill, you know,
Of
that
course.
hosting skill,
Yes.
um, or
I
you
do
do something
want
else.
to. I
Yeah.
do want to, and I hope to continue that. I hope this launches me into doing
Yeah, it's
more.
definitely a very good initiative, very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And being that it is still Team Human, I'd love to hear from you about what you think um, about this whole AI. You and I have talked about the fact that there are so many layoffs. I do
Mm-hmm,
believe
mm-hmm,
a lot of it does have to do with AI. Part of my
mm-hmm,
problem was I wasn't just a producer, I was an editor. And there's
mm-hmm,
no question that people are relying on AI more to do the writing and editing. And customer experience, we know, is already
mm-hmm.
taken over by AI. What are your thoughts about that? Do you see more layoffs? Do you think that it's going to become this world where none of us have a fixed job and we're all kind of freelancers making
Mm-hmm.
our own way? What do you see as the future of work in that?
Yeah, if I would say, in short, in future, there will be human organizations, okay? But there will be also AI organizations.
Yeah.
And as the trend is evolving already since many years, it will become a natural existence. You know that when you will be building your business process with AI, and you would not even need another professional in your field to even ask questions. Public opinion will matter a lot because customer experience and customer engagement with the content and with the product is still very important. So marketing is focused on human customer, of course, because AI customer can be only data to data, but not really the needs of a human, right?
Mhm.
It's actually very supplementary. It's a tool set that can get you a star from the sky, you know, if
Right.
you need, if you need. But in the large enterprises, for sure, it's a collaboration between digital organization, executional organization, I would say, and management of the organization. Um, Most likely, the expert jobs will one by one start transforming into a new expert jobs, but expert linked to AI. And
Yeah.
in let's say if you're a designer, AI designer, if you're like you name it, the transformation lead, AI transformation lead, and everything will become with the color of AI. But it's not bad as it is. It's just transformative. It's the way how the job is done, and the outcomes that we used to have will change the scale, and you will achieve much more with a digital organization, with agents and agentic AI. Yeah.
And you
Um,
use agents, correct? You've been using
yeah,
them?
absolutely, absolutely. So I have 12 agents, and we have been, yes, we have been very engaged the last, yeah, I think the last 2.5 weeks.
Mhm.
And I uh, even, the public opinion part, I asked my relatives,
Yeah,
human
good.
relatives, to play public opinion part,
Yeah.
that to look at the website, to tell me what's missing there, to be critical, to really show that feedback,
Yeah.
whether the content of the website corresponds the nature of the product, and really demonstrates the brand Aurelia Oil enough to build it up in the society, because this is a new brand, it's not known at all. So
Right.
marketing and the right catch and the right hook is important. It's important because
Sure.
otherwise it doesn't get enough attention. Um, but if we are talking about working professions, let's say the construction works, or hairdresser, um, at least until I saw the very good use cases, I would not put my hair under the AI. So,
Right.
I mean, hair coloring, for instance,
Yes.
I would maybe somehow believe that he can mix the right formula to get
Right.
the right color outcome, but to actually apply that color on the hair, so to do the execution, to the color on the hair, and drop it and everything. So until I saw the really good use case, it would be very hard to believe. But
Right.
okay, we never say never, and AI
Yeah.
is only evolving. And I'm also thinking about, okay, now we have already self-driving cars like Teslas, right? They are
Yeah.
already having that in, really, like, that option. Maybe it's learning, and maybe it's not always getting you to the address which you give, but it's training. The driving style and everything is training. So I wouldn't say no to anything. Only one, I think, a thing that I think about is physical form of AI. And
Right.
That's where the robots will become a part in a human form, will
Right.
be present amongst humans. So physically, right? And not
Mhm.
only on the shop floor, not only on in manufacturing environment to feed or to do some certain steps of the process of some processes, right? And to be a purely manufacturing tool, um, but really on a consumer market, really amongst consumers, amongst people and communities. And I think that's the injection which will still happen. You know, it's not yet there, but it will still happen.
I
Yeah.
think it will happen too. I do think it's going to change our workforce a lot, despite the fact that people keep telling us, "Oh, there's so much
Mhm,
backlash," and
mhm.
"Oh, we're never going to replace humans."
Mhm,
There are already companies replacing humans with the
mhm.
AI. It's already happening. How
Yeah.
do you, I liked what you were saying though, like, maybe it could mix my hair color, but I don't want it putting it on my head yet. I feel like that about a lot of things. It could give us good advice about this consulting, but I don't want it being my kid's therapist.
Mhm,
I don't want it, being
mhm,
the doctor who breaks bad news to me.
mhm.
Having just gone through with what we did with my father, I don't want any of that. So how do you think we keep our humanity and keep people in the mix? How is that going to work? How did you decide
Yeah.
like when you're using agents and when it's going to be you?
You know, in many industries, a lot of AI outcomes will be pushed on us. You know, it will be pushed in the form of extra services, extra or performing surgeries, for instance, things that we cannot control. You know,
Right.
we cannot control. We are in control of doctors' hands, but if doctors or surgeons are, let's say, as well, maybe surgeons' assistants can be an AI assistant. You know, I
Oh, yeah,
don't
already
deny
know
it would happen. Yeah.
that.
Um, but I would trust AI with developing a vaccine, for instance, finding the antibodies, finding the vaccine for a very heavy disease. For instance, like corona,
Yeah.
if let's say if we had in 2020 the development of AI at the stage at least where it is today, I think we would be much faster coming up with vaccine. So and a lot less people would die then.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that AI will be pushed on humans here and there in every possible aspect of our life. But it's up to us to decide if we like it. If
Mhm.
we say, okay, look, it's a crap, why do you push it on us? We don't like it, we don't take it, we don't buy it. And we demand that this is gone from the market. So we initiate and we trigger that. So for as long as AI is still controllable, I think there is someone who is behind the wheel who can change direction AI develops, right? So, and those giants who are behind the wheel, they are they need a reason to do so. So, is it a petition? Is it like damage to humanity? Is it proven fraud, or I don't know, some negative consequence that AI causes
Mhm.
because AI is not bulletproof, and as a technology, it's just another technology that can make mistakes, right?
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, we can respond. The human can respond, and our response is a collective response. And the more responses we gather, the more likely those who are behind the wheel of AI evolution will do something about it.
Mhm.
Okay, because they are behind the wheel. But if we are a standalone case, one time happened in some systems or whatever, some mistake, or yeah, it's not, it will not stand out in such a
Right.
big industry as AI evolution, yeah.
Yes, the revolution is here. We have to get on board. It's
we
what
are we are
Yes, and
we
what
don't have
I'm
a
hearing,
choice.
we don't have a choice. And what I'm hearing from you is that we have to get on board. It's even more important because we have to say, we have to decide, and we have to let our voice be heard about what we like, what we don't like, and how we want it to move
Mhm.
forward. So I think
Yeah.
it's a really powerful message. Uh, before we sign off, is your final message, both to me and to anyone who listens to the podcast?
Think the big takeaway, no matter what happens in your life, no matter the circumstances, please believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, and go for it. Dare to go for it. Encourage yourself, even when no one encourages you.
Mm,
That's you who is in the front seat. It's you who is deciding to drive your reality today, not tomorrow, not in the past. The past is gone, tomorrow never came yet, but you
yeah,
are here and now in this moment today, and that's life you have to enjoy. And
yeah,
decisions that you make have to serve you today. So
yeah,
your state of mind is where it starts from. When your condition is good, you translate it to the universe, and universe response also is good towards you. So it works both ways.
mm,
And the main message is that you have to believe in yourself no matter what, no matter how hard it is right now. Believing in yourself is the first where all the successes are starting from.
That is the message I needed to hear. So thank you so much, Anna. This
You're
is
welcome.
really, really personally helpful too. And I love your story. I'm so excited for the oil. When
Thank you.
our listeners want to get in touch with you, or what is the best way to find out about the oil company, to find out about you?
Oh, it's on the website aureliaoils.com.